And what role should and what role will Robert Griffin III play in the search for the new head coach?
I don't have a lot of opinions. I don't have a lot of opinions in life. I feel strongly about this one. I think that he should play a 0.0% role in this. There's too many personalities. There's too many players. There's too many bad perceptions from this year already. He should not be involved with this in any way whatsoever. Well, will he play? Slightly more than 0. I would hope that it's a lot less than.
I think you give him a call.
Yeah.
And you give him a call and you say, look, we're probably going to hire this guy. We think he can work well with you. What do you think? And then you take that as it may. You don't let that factor into 5% of your decision. You're the owner or the general manager. This is the coach. There is a structure here. Until we get that structure right, as Jason said, there is no success. If there's a delineation of power in this franchise, they will go somewhere. Until we know who the boss is and when, this team will not do anything.
That didn't exactly answer the question, but Jason, give me
What do you want me to say?
I'm not sure where
What do you want me to say?
What role will he play? What role should he play, Jason?
If they're smart, he will play no role. And if they're smart, they will make sure that it gets out that he played no role.
That's a big if.
Right.
That's what he just said, and you give me a hard time.
There's no question
You treat me
about
like
that.
LeVar.
What does that mean?
If they're smart, okay, and that's the big if, but if they're smart, they will look at what the situation is. They'll say, we invested 4 high-round picks to get the pick to get this guy. He was a rookie of the year. He hurt himself. He's got to learn how to read defense. He shouldn't have to tell them to make his situation paramount in picking the coach.
And I also think if it ever got out that he actually was a key factor in deciding, that's just death for him in the media and everywhere else. Because we go, oh boy, not only did he get the other coach out of town, he got this guy. Now he better be. This guy just has to worry about, as Jason said, reading defenses and becoming a great quarterback. He doesn't need to worry about commercials.
I was going to ask Jason a question. Do you want to finish your thought?
I'd like
finish
to
your
finish
thought.
But here's what people also have to understand, though. This kid's psyche is damaged right now. And his spirit was, if not broken, almost broken by his distrust for the Shanahans. And now RG3 had culpability in what happened this year. His father had culpability. Let me get that out there. I've written that. I believe that. But you have to understand, Robert now believes that he wants someone he can trust. He wants someone he can believe in, which is why he would be open to the idea of Art Briles coming here, even though it would be the absolute worst decision the team could make. It'd be worse than going back to Zorn. Okay.
Wow.
But
stop.
No, it would be because if it didn't work, Robert's a coach killer and then he's a cancer and his career is done. That's why it would be worse. Now, having said that,
Worse for him.
worse for this organization, because here's the thing. There's not another organization in professional sports, maybe except the Los Angeles or the Oakland Raiders, that would give up 4 high-round draft picks for a kid and then systematically do everything they could to devalue him. So understand this. As bad as Robert feels right now, as much as his confidence and his trust for coaches is going to have to be rebuilt, and as much as being in a nurturing environment of an Art Briles is something that he may want and something that Snyder may want, because remember, Snyder sees one thing in this kid, revenue streams for a decade. So the bottom line on the whole thing is the organization needs to put Robert paramount in its decision to get a coach, but the organization should not let Robert pick the coach.
That's a succinct way to put it.
Maybe there's not any time to discuss it really, but throwing it out there, maybe you get a defensive coach in there. Maybe the head guy is a defensive coach. Offensive coaches haven't worked here for the last few years, and maybe that sort of shields RG3 from.
But then you got to get a coordinator who can help this kid because he doesn't. He got to learn to read defense.
I wish you were as touchy-feely as you were about RG3's feelings than you were for this fan base that deserves a hell of a lot better